If you want to find great stocks, just make sure they make money. This is what we're going to show you at EPSMomentum here, focusing on earnings, sales, acceleration, and growth. Okay, let's look at earnings and the earning matrix at EPSMomentum. So the earning matrix that you can find here by just clicking on that icon here is easy to pull up, but even before you pull it up, you have the actual numbers 114 and 60. That is the EPS growth quarterly year-on-year number and the sales growth quarterly year-on-year. So it's pretty useful to immediately see if the earnings are really shooting up or breaking out from there. So if I click on matrix, I can see several parts here in that widget. First, you have the ability to toggle between earning per share and sales. And then second, you have the actual source number. So the number used are the ZAC research. So along with Bloomberg, FactSet, Reuters, ZAC is one of the premium research provider, and those are very important and very special numbers because they are street estimates. Street earnings. So what it means, these are non-GAAP numbers, and this is very important because this is what fund managers focus on. They don't focus on GAAP and classic accounting numbers that are published on the financial reports. They focus on the non-GAAP ones, and there's many services out there that don't do that. They don't have these numbers, so we do. So we believe on quality data, and this is what we have here. So how do we get started? So first off, you have to understand that the latest number that is published is this one, 0.15, and it was published on the 25th of May 2021. Okay, the growth, the percent change from 0.15 to 0.7 is 114. In fact, there's a little question mark here. You can click and you understand. So this is the latest number. Latest earnings is here, 0.6, and this is the growth, and this is the acceleration. So going back to this, once you have a growth of 114, the acceleration between this quarter and this one is 103. Okay, so very important thing here, you need to look at the growth and the growth of numbers over the current year, but also maybe the year before. So CI went from 0.5, 7, and 15. And then the previous quarter was 0.10 or 0.1, 0.14, 0.5, 0.7. So you can see how it's picking up and up and up and growing nicely. If we look at sales, on the sales numbers, we can see 111 last year, 176 this year. That's a 60% increase, pretty amazing. And the acceleration is clean, look at that. 337, 6, 6, 2, and 454. So the acceleration in sales is there, and sales are growing 60%. From the year before. So 60% of clip. That's pretty impressive, right? So this company is definitely growing, and having that high of a sales growth number and that high of an earning per share number gets them one of the top EM scoring you can find. So EM32 here is one of the top one. And on the chart, you can see all those EM there on every single earning day. In fact, if you go back in history, you can see how the earning is actually either increasing or giving you a signal that something's happening. Whenever there's a star, is that we don't really have enough history to factor everything in the formula to give you the proper number. So these numbers are taken with a grain of salt, but basically here you can see 26, 27, 25, so pretty high up growth here, and then the rally follows with another 24 here, a 32, and the stock goes up and up and up, right? So it's a very useful matrix. You can see the surprise also from the estimates. So estimates were surprise 114%. The price change during the quarter, that's useful as well. So that's important. And it keeps going up, except last quarter was down. And then the same thing on a year basis. So that's useful. Great. So once we have that, the next question is obviously, how can I find a similar company, or how can I spot companies with very high growth? So that's why you have the screener. So on the screener, you can click on filters here, and then there's plenty of filters that you can choose from. Obviously, you would start with EPS matrix, so EPSM analytics. The fields are highlighted in red, the important ones. So I can just go high level and select an earning momentum of greater than 20. This is what I have here. But if I don't want to go high level and I really want to go granular, I can select the earning per share Q over Q minus 4. So the quarterly year-on-year change, right? And so that quarterly year-on-year change, I can see is the following. So if I there's a column that shows up, and you can filter that column, and I can say, you know what, give me all the companies that grow more than 14% this quarter compared to last year. And then I can do the same with sales. So I can pick the sales Q on Q percent change, and just give me the company that grow 15% in sales, right? So that's important. And we can see this. So if Expeditor International Washington, I can click there, and I can see 69% growth and 40%, and you see how the stock is really high up there. Now we can carry on, and there's plenty of, there's a trove of gems here in terms of filtering. One of the important thing is you want the acceleration. So I want very high, or at least positive acceleration from the current quarter to the previous one. So I want to put that filter above 0. And here I have all the stocks that grow above 0, but also still the other criteria there. Okay. Next, what I can do is, so let me just show you what the acceleration is. So see, the acceleration is 1594. It's 1594, so it's between 10 and 26, so it grew 15. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, so that's really important. Next, what we can do is we can do the acceleration for earnings, but we can do the acceleration for sales as well. So I want the sales acceleration here, Q over Q minus 1, to grow as well. There you go. Growing sales as well. 433 stocks. That is good. Then I want the how should I say that? Yeah, I can. How about this? Sequential positive sales and sequential sequential positive EPS acceleration. So those two fields are giving you the number of quarters that sales have been accelerating, let's say 2, and the number of quarters that earnings have been accelerating in a row, right? So now I have 276 stocks that accelerated at least 2 quarters in a row. But I can do 3 quarters, or 3 quarters, obviously being more stringent. I get less and less names there. Now 135. So if I click on ABMD, you can see that the acceleration has been positive for the last 4 quarters. The growth has been tremendous, 54%, 53% in sales. In earnings, it's been 90%, and the growth has been, the acceleration has been growing, and at least positive, and growing for the last 3 quarters. So, and that's why you see in this, you see the earning momentum being minus 14, minus 1, and then 17, and then the price is rallying. Okay, so it shows on the stock price. Other things you can do is yeah, so you can also set criteria on the quarters that are accelerating. So for example, you want not accelerating, you want increasing sales, right? And increasing earning per share. Increase earning per share. Okay, so now I want at least 2 quarters in a row increasing sales and increasing earning per share. Now I start to be really stringent on this. I only have 61 company. So coherent is 1. So you can see it's EM25, very good. The earning per share here, sorry, the growth is 248. The acceleration is positive. And yeah, the earning per share has been growing and growing and growing. Same thing here in sales, 326, 374, and 396. And the growth is 30%, and it's been accelerating as well. So it's very powerful to find very good company. So I mean, those 60 company are just really hitting the ball, very nicely there. You can't go wrong in terms of earning and sales with those filters. So again, it's very useful. Very useful. There is also a search here, new acceleration, that would give you quickly stocks that are accelerating. So what does that mean? So it resets the entire screener and pick the right fields, but it gives you stocks that have a good EM now, maybe positive, or maybe you want to make it greater than 10, right? And maybe you want stocks that had a bad EM last quarter. Let's say, below 9. So you get the EM increasing, or even below 0, right? Below 0, right? So you also want them to have earnings accelerate 2 quarters in a row. And sigma EPS is pretty important. So this is the standard deviation. How many standard deviation you want the earning per share to grow. Oh, sorry. Where is the point of the last point of earning per share? Where is it in standard deviation? For example, Accenture PLC is 2.17 away, standard deviation away from the mean in terms of historical EPS, meaning it's very high up, and it's never been, well, very rarely been higher than this. Same for sales here. So by filtering and requiring a high sigma here, I'm obviously picking good stocks. Also, the distance to high, I want to make it important, and I want to increasing sales at least 2 quarters in a row. Now I have 15 names, of which Devon Energy or Edward Life Science. So I'll click here, look at this price rally. The EM is 18. The sales is very high up. The earnings as well, the acceleration as well. So what happened is these were negative EM before and now positive. So this stock is really turning positive and rallying. Let's see more names. Chevron. Chevron was negative, minus 21, 22, 19, and then all of a sudden 14, right? So this is very good. Maybe there's a turnaround here. Now, is it significant? That's why you have the matrix here. See how it is. The latest number is 1.71, and the number last year was minus 159, and then 227. So to me, that point should have been 1.304 and 1.71. So it's not really a very impressive growth there. So this is to be taken with a grain of salt. All right, so I hope this was useful. There's many things you can do, but finding companies with amazing earning and sales, and you've done already 80% of the work, right? And then after it's about finding the right price or timing. Okay. Well, I hope it was useful. Let us know if you have questions. And thank you very much.